SharkyBreath.
He plays video games.
Hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Okay, I took the liberty of putting on my logic clothing, as you may note, because the first thing we're going to do is try and out-logic this piece of paper that was handed to me by Everard Clare. The second thing we're going to do is try and break into this container right here, apparently through rhetoric. Although the load screen as I was loading up my game today did remind me that if you find a container you can't open, maybe you should equip a pry bar. So I'm guessing it won't help, but let's at least throw that on there, yeah? You never know, it might go somewhere. Okay, alright. Here we are, white envelope. Let us do this actually for this time.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Okay, well, let's look at this plan first. Look at that zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
So they're putting a 3-story building in the middle of everything else that's already over there? Like, yes, that doesn't actually displace anyone, but they may as well not even be living there at that point, right? There's a thing directly in the middle of their... Whatever, continue.
It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center.
Right, so basically they have to move, whether they want to or not. Continue.
This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice. Hard to say.
Yeah, I guess. Thanks, Inland Empire. Continue.
My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
I mean, I'm glad to hear that you like it, conceptualization, but I feel like you're not the one we should be consulting about this particular decision. Kim, what do you think about this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
The lieutenant replies, flipping through the documents. He shrugs. Okay, continue.
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way.
Okay. Is it actually helpful, though? Is this a useful thing to build? Whatever, try and find a loophole in the deal. Oh, I get a -1, because cool, cubic pyrite. That's okay. Center's very close to houses, ominous shape. Oh, interesting! Those 2 +1s actually came from looking at the zoning maps, but I only got the -1 because my conceptualization is high enough that I succeeded at that passive. That's interesting. Okay, anyway, sure, let's try and find a loophole in it.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Yeah, apparently. Wait, what are the ramifications of this? Yes, let's start with the wait option.
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Which could very easily be the actual goal of this plan. Like, look, Kim, point to the photocopy. These people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about it? The noise will be tough on the villagers, but I guess that's just the cost of progress. Yeah, I'm going to continue questioning this particular one. Can we do something about this?
I should have seen it.
Yeah, you should have. I specifically asked you about it. The lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again.
Everard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Huh. Is the idea then that if we get different signatures or sign it ourselves, that the documentation is no good because it's forged and therefore they won't be able to go through with the plan, but Everard won't know until... Huh. It seems to me that if I forge it... Everard's people could be watching it here. That is almost certainly true. Okay. If I forge it, what good does that do us, though? Because if I forged it as, the signatures of the parties in question... I mean, you could protest that it's not the real signatures, and probably it would be found out, but, like... I don't know if that's going to stop Everard from doing the thing, but anyway, let's put the envelope documents back for now. Can't do it here, obviously. Excuse me. Okay. Alright. doors. It is rhetoric, right? Let me have a look here.
You're back before the
What?
cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here.
What?
If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Okay. So having that conversation with Everard did not, in fact, unlock this white check. I really was expecting it would have, but apparently it did not. Huh. Well, I mean, I could throw a point into rhetoric, but I don't remember this being a particularly high chance, even when I suited up for rhetoric. Maybe I should leave this alone for just now. How many skill points do I have at the moment? 3. Rhetoric. My rhetoric is weak, but that's because of my Lawjaw, right? That's what's going on there? Bonus from thoughts, -1. Yeah, that's absolutely Lawjaw. The art of persuasion. Enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. I don't know. I do want to get into this container, but I don't know if I'm ready to spend a point on it right now. Okay. I can't fast travel from here, right? Can I fast travel from over next to, Come to think on it, maybe I should talk to Leo since I just came out of talking to Everard. Maybe he would have something to add to this situation. He seems to just be, you know, a local cheerful guy, but like... Well, let's check in with him at least. Maybe not in this clothing. Hang on, let me fix it. Okay, there we go. There. Okay. The green is gone and everything is
hey,
red.
Mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said.
Wait,
when
this
she
is exactly
opened
the same
bathhouse
intro.
in the
Had some
big-
questions?
No trouble at all,
I don't
mister.
have any questions. Turns out, no questions. Okay. And I have no interest in making Leo talk for a shorter period of time. He's enjoyable to listen to, even if it's not particularly productive. Alright, well, I guess I just gotta leave then, huh? At least I can leave through the front door like a normal person. And not an acrobat/criminal. Alright. Up here. Man, hard to take that corner. Alright, there we go. And through here, and I can just scan my way out, and it's gonna be great. Okay. Anything that I missed while I was in here before? Oh, this is that documentation,
The
right?
file cabinet stands steady as the drawer slides shut smoothly.
Yeah, I don't need anything in there, I don't think. I think that's fine. Okay. And I can just leave now. Look at that. Look at me. Look how fancy I am. Mañana. Mañana. I did it. I made it. Hi. Are you proud of me?
So, how'd you like our harbor?
He stares at you with his hazy eyes. Continue.
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man, too, probably.
It was nice enough. Labor utopia. Not appropriately. Complete shit. I mean, it was a bunch of boxes. Seems fine, I guess.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
I forgot that you wasn't willing to talk to me until I talked to the boss man. Okay, cool. So who do you think killed the hanged man?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shrugs, then shakes his head solemnly. Everard says Titus Hardy and his boys killed him. Let's change the topic. But if I change the topic, there's nothing else to talk about. Well, Everard says Titus did it.
That's so. I haven't heard anything about that. But if that's true, well, he was an enemy combatant.
The man twirls his mustache around his finger. Hold up. What does that mean? Were you involved in his death? What does it mean about him being an enemy combatant?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Uh-huh. I mean, I suppose that's true. Were you involved in his death?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
I'm sure they do. Continue.
He believes the Hardy Boys could have done it.
I mean, yeah, that would seem to track. That doesn't add up with what I've seen. Continue.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
The lieutenant takes a note.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
He takes a sip from his flask. Good talking to you, gotta run. Cool, alright, well, that went fine. I got 5 experience. Hooray. Okay. Stairs are so hard. I can just click, it's fine. Okay. This guy. What was the deal with this guy? What was the thing asked Scab Leader about tattoos? Won't count as the people informing you about the tattoos, but could be interesting? What was the reason that I wasn't supposed to ask him? Like it was just going to escalate things without actually being productive? Not yet. Not yet. Something to consider, but not yet. And this guy's still here. Hello, this guy. Where am I going? What am I doing? Great question. I'm at a fast travel point, so let's make some decisions here. Oh, hey, I should call on the radio. I haven't checked on the armor status for a while.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers,
Radio.
This is Precinct 57.
Anything?
Still no word, I'm afraid.
Nothing.
57.
in the cabin.
I get the impression that there's not going to be anything. Maybe ever. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's see here. Did I need to talk to Joyce again? What am I doing? 2 signatures for Everard. Forge the signatures, but somewhere private where you feel safe enough to sleep. Oh, like go home and do it. I see. Find someone to sign the document instead of the intended signees. So these are like sub goals. I could talk to them. I suspect they wouldn't even appreciate me bringing it up, but I guess I could. Wait a minute. What's this about special borscht? Why don't we talk to the chef guy about special borscht? I mean, I don't know if I can actually talk to him. Usually it doesn't work out so hot. Oh, hey, my boss is here too. But I don't have the ability to redo that white check, do I? Hi, boss. How are you?
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Okay, well, bye. Great. This has been helpful. All right, you. Spill about the borscht. What can you tell me?
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Leo said you're friends with Manana, is that true? And also, what is that in that borscht you're making there? Point to the large pot. What large pot? Where large pot? I see a pan. Oh, this one! Ah, that is a large pot. It's just hidden in the steam somewhat. Okay, you're not going to be able to understand me. But hey, you said you're a friend with Manana, maybe?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
Apparently, call me Manana, or whatever. Is it call me? It's call me Manana. Apparently, call me Manana goes by that no matter what language you speak. Okay, so what is that? What is in that borscht you're making there? Point to it.
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
I mean, seems reasonable. Continue.
I'm pretty sure he asked you a question.
Okay. I wonder what it was.
He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Yes, nod. No, shake your head. Mercury rising. Run your finger through your hair. Sorry, I don't understand you. Conceptualization, I'm not sure this is a great piece of advice. Mercury rising. Okay, let's see. Let's think about this here, right? I asked him a question and pointed to the pot. He doesn't understand me. He's probably going to be thinking that I asked if I could have some. Which usually I would imagine involves the exchange of currency, right? Do I just be a weirdo at him and see what happens just because? Because conceptualization made a check? I mean, it's probably not going to help. Sure, weirdo.
Horse need more vodka?
Looks at the soup, then at you. Picks up a bottle from the shelf. He actually has a voice. Okay, more vodka. Continue.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Yeah, I mean, that would do it. Although I feel like cooking the vodka usually just does away with any alcoholic content, right? Maybe he adds it in after it's cooked. I don't know. Anyway, continue. Oh no, it's a cold soup. It's a cold borscht. He has it on the stove here, but he's not heating it because it's a cold soup. Right. Okay. Anyway, Kim nods. Continue.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed.
That does.
Turn it up and then ask for some yourself.
Yeah, that would seem to be in character, wouldn't it? Continue.
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Okay. Yes, nod and turn your fingers clockwise. Turn the vodka up. No vodka. Turn your fingers counterclockwise. Cut it. I'll leave the cooking to you. Shrug. I have business. Okay. So, the union men are being kept drunk, or the union workers are being kept drunk by the borscht. And that keeps them happy. If I cut out the vodka, and it's now non-alcoholic borscht, I'd imagine tensions are going to get a little bit higher? Maybe I should leave it alone for now? In which case, why am I here? I mean, I learned what I came to learn. He puts alcohol in the borscht. I guess let's leave it alone for now, and maybe I can redo this conversation later if I change my mind. I have business.
The cook gives you a long, inspecting look, then shrugs too, and seems to wait for you to speak.
Cool, well, that's something. The special borscht. That didn't actually complete the quest. I didn't do anything, therefore that doesn't complete the quest. I have to make it either more alcoholic or less alcoholic, or else this doesn't count for anything at all. Okay, great. I do know Elizabeth's full name at this point, and I could use that to speak with her. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. Let's leave it alone for now. Probably want to speak with her before I speak with Titus and his gang, although I do need to do that for sure. Didn't I spent a point on empathy last time, didn't I? So I could do that empathy check with Kuno here? Well, what do I have for empathy clothing? Give me a second. Not that. I have specifically nothing. The ledger gives me +1. Total empathy 2. Wait, why is... I spent a point on it. Didn't I? Did I not? I did. Total 3. Why does it say that it's 2? Why would you lie to me like that, game? Why would you lie to me? Okay, 3 is not good. 3 is probably not going to cut it, but let's at least approach and see how it looks.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Wow. I am not good at empathy. 17%. I'm not gonna waste my time. I mean, there is a tiny chance that I could make that, but then I'd have to spend another skill point in order to... let's keep looking around.
Kuno doesn't...
Right. That's no good. That's not going anywhere. I am not particularly empathetic. Understood. If there's something I can do about that later, great. We'll come and try that again. Or if I can't, well, then maybe we'll come and try it futilely again. Freaking Billy. Yeah. Man. I mean, yeah. That's the way it was going to turn out. We talked about it for episodes. Don't worry about it. Not right now. Not right now. I'm going to go talk to Joyce. I don't remember if I was supposed to talk to Joyce about something, but I feel like maybe I was. She might be interested that I'm working with Everard or talking to Everard and he wants me to work for him type of thing. Yeah. Hi, Joyce. How are you?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
By the way, I've talked to Everard Clare.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
She smiles carefully. I didn't. He's a beautiful man. Beautiful and just. Everard Clare is a hero of the workers' movement. He is the champion I've sworn fealty to. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He is not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. I have the feeling that international community does not approve of him. It's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. What did I think of Mr. Clare? I mean, on a personal level, I didn't like him at all. But he's not trying to get you to like him. He's trying to get you to feel that you are beneath him. I have the feeling the international community does not approve of him. This is one of those situations where I can only choose one of these. I'm sure about that, right? The truth is I didn't. But do I tell Joyce that? Admittedly, I like Joyce better than I like Everard, but that's partially because Joyce is better at, or at least tries to be better at speaking to people, yeah? She specializes in smoothing people over. Whereas Everard is purposefully abrasive and has his theatrical mood swings, you know? Everard Clare doesn't want you to like him. It didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually...
She answers her own question.
Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption. Reaching into the bowels of the earth.
I see that... Okay, worm-like. Apparently I pronounced it wrong last time. Terribly sorry. But we both made that particular comparison, huh? She looks at the ground and nods. Continue.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Oh, of course, that didn't win me any points with Kim. I didn't even think about it. Sorry, Kim. Sorry. Continue.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself.
It turns to you.
However, if you felt like discussing something...
Continue.
How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be... gossiping.
She smiles. Okay, continue.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. He asked me to deliver an envelope. I'd rather talk about something else for now if you don't mind. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Yeah, I'm clearly playing both sides of this particular conversation because I'm trying not to have this result in a bloodbath, right? But, like, I told Everard pretty much everything. Everything that I heard from Joyce, I think I pretty much spilled to him immediately, didn't I? I don't know if I specifically told him that the mercenaries were working for Wild Pines, but he was assuming that anyway. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Although, again, I have suspicions about where it is. Anyway, carry on.
Oh. That's so... helpful of him.
Her eyes become large and round. Yeah, continue.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling.
Was I not supposed to say that? I'm sorry, Kim.
He's able to contain the anger and surprise.
I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have... continue.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Did she not know that? Did she not... Did I not... Oh. Whoops. Continue.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
She shakes her head. No. Mr. Everard says it's almost ready to be found soon. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. No.
Well, maybe he's not as helpful as you thought then. Is there anything else?
He asked me to deliver an envelope. Do I tell her about this too? It went so well with the first one after all.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he have you deliver it?
She thinks. To a nameless settlement down the coast nearby. No word, let's change the topic. I haven't done it yet. Settlement thing, yes.
Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there.
Have you? She looks over to the bay. Continue.
With longing. Clear and simple longing. Strange. Why does she want to go there?
That's a good question. He wants to build a youth center here for the children of Martinez. You're quite fond of this village, aren't you? I'm curious about this, but this is also what he's doing, which seems like the main purpose. There's a conclude option. There's going to be a way to circle back to this menu. It's just a question of which one. Let's ask about this. You're quite fond of this village, aren't you?
I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders.
She nods. There's that crooked smile again.
He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another.
Are they, though? You've been to Martinez before?
Yes. I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and...
She smiles.
Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not.
Why would I... Fine. Sounds like you missed those times.
Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Azon with our shiny boats. Like reavers.
Like reavers. Continue.
We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the Coalition landed in '08. Imagine.
She tosses her head. Well, that certainly is an attitude you could have about your own presence. Yeah, I guess that tracks. If you say so.
I'm over-radiated, Harry.
She sprouts.
I do silly things sometimes, out of pale-related illness. Like take this job. The moral of the story is...
She lists. Continue.
So it was a factor in her coming to Martinez in the first place. Interesting.
That is interesting, yeah. I think that's the first I've heard of that. Continue.
Do not spend 22 days a year in Pale Transit. Don't waste your 20s slumming it with your stupid friends. And don't deliver Everard Clare's mail.
Her bony fingers pointed like an arrow at your chest. Continue.
Are you satisfied, Detective? What else can you tell me about your mail delivery quest for Everard? Do you think it will improve the place?
Honestly, no, I don't. He wants to build a youth center here for the children of Martinez. That is the stated goal.
A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it.
Her eyes run across the water remorsefully.
Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
I can't leave this conversation without saying, so you're sad you can't buy the place.
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
Continue.
She is more defensive about it than usual.
I mean, it wasn't much of a way to ask. Continue.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information?
She smiles. I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind.
Of course, Detective.
She simmers down.
Should something come up later, down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat.
Right, continue.
Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
That's all. Sorry, Kim. Man. I'm not doing so good on the Kim's regard for me front, I'm pretty sure. I mean, admittedly, I haven't been trying that hard lately, I guess, but it's not going well. All right. So what are we doing? What are we doing, huh? Let's take stock of our situation here. The signatures for Everard. I could talk to them. I don't think I necessarily want them to sign the thing. I don't know how much forging signatures... Well, if I forge the signatures, it'll fool him temporarily. But there will be consequences later on. I pretty much can guarantee that. Special borscht. Renee about the photo. Renee! Well, I mean, that's not exactly a main goal or anything. Scab leader. Oh, the phasmid. The last trap that I left empty, that's the one at the very end of the land, right? I think it's actually called Len's End. Confront Hardy Boys about the drug trade, right? I do think I should probably do that soon, huh? La responsabilité. Smoker on the balcony, but that's a late night thing, because we only know when that guy shows up late at night. Cindy. Have I talked to Cindy since I talked to the two prospective skulls? I don't think I have. How do I get up to that balcony again? Where's the stairwell? Is it in here? No? What's this? There's something here. Book. 16 Days of Coldest April. Sure. I'll take that, I guess, for some reason. What do we got? The cover features a row of concrete buildings with a monochrome rainbow in the sky. It tells a rather excruciating story about two lovers during a period of ethnic unrest in Yugograd. The book has been filed under psychological realism. That sounds grueling. Okay, thanks. I guess. Well, let's see. If I'm that worried about how Kim probably thinks I'm a terrible cop right now, maybe what I should be doing is the main quest? In which case, I suppose we should probably be talking to Titus. Huh. How did I get up to the balcony where Cindy's at right now? I mean, there's this balcony door, but I don't think this goes all the way around, does it? Does it? No, absolutely not. How did I get up there before? Huh. I suppose I can... This is green now. Can I actually just go in there?
This door is made of metal and appears to be.
No, okay. That's fine. I don't expect him to be here anyway. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be giving up right off the bat, but that's not what I came here to do. I mean, it is... Yeah, sort of. But yeah, I got other things I'm doing. Hang on. Gotta find that balcony. Which door is this? What's this?
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
What did I have? What business did I have at number 10? I don't remember. There's something, isn't there? What is this? What is this? I don't know. I don't remember. I talked to somebody about something else in one of the apartments here.
You hear someone walking around inside.
Knock?
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door.
Continue.
You can feel tension on the other side.
Continue.
Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes.
Okay. Nice job, perception, I guess. Knock again?
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
That's not what the line said at all. This time the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. Why am I bothering this random citizen? I can't remember. This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
I don't have a warrant. That's true. Continue.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
The lieutenant says.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Thank you, Logic. I just don't know why I could interact with this door. Leave. I'm sorry, Kim. I'm sorry for everything. This way. That way. This is the way to the balcony. I found it. I've done it. Hello, Cindy. The skull.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Oh, right. I wanted her paintbrush, too. So Piss and Fuck the World send their best, apparently.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
They seem to hold you in high esteem. I think they're afraid of you. Maybe it's just skull solidarity. I made up the sending their best part, but I did talk to them. They do seem to hold you in high esteem, it's true.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
She softens. Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull? Skulls are silly. What are you even trying to achieve? Got it. Enough of that, then. It'll be more interesting to see how she shoots me down if I say skulls are cool, but now I'm all self-conscious about the fact that I'm a terrible cop from Kim's perspective. Those skulls are cool.
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Okay, then, how's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
For example, what? Continue.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency.
So you would like some chaos, is what you're saying? Continue.
This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
Chaos, then. Wow. Great. I'm glad that didn't even start up a task for me or anything, because, yeah, it seems like a bad call. Cindy, can I have your paintbrush? By which I apparently mean I'm going to need your paintbrush. She's not going to go along with this, but sure.
What for?
I'm doing renovation. It's boring but necessary. For my motor carriage, we're going undercover. The apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people. For art. It's for art, okay? It is indeed for art.
Well, if it's for art, but what kind of art are we talking about?
To be honest, I haven't really thought of anything yet, but I'm sure I will. Everything is sad and shit, and we need art to make it okay. Just give me the brush. Grand art. Art deluxe. The artsiest, the most groundbreaking, the... Overselling it, yeah. Honestly, I feel more like saying number 2 here, plus I suspect she'll resonate with that a little bit more than the artsiest. But who knows? Give me the brush.
Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity, not make a statement. I can't have shit art on my conscience.
Cool, no brush then, not a problem. You'll see. You will all see and tremble. To crush a man's dreams like that, I hope you're happy. The artsiest it was, huh? Well, it's too late now. Don't give up. You'll all see and tremble.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck. Everything, really.
I mean, that's a fair assessment, generally speaking. She quickly adds that. Conceptualization impossible 18. Attempt to explain your artistic intentions. +1, you're aware of Cindy's living conditions. My chances are very low. Okay. How high can I mean, that's a, I can only succeed on a double 6. That's what 3% means. Catch you later, Cindy. Let's see what I can do in terms of conceptualization. I don't think I can do enough, but let's see what I can do. That. This. Not a great deal. A +2 overall. I don't have any minuses from anything else I'm wearing, do I? No, I suppose not. Well, that's not very promising, but let's at least see what that brings the number 2, yes? It was a red check as well, wasn't it?
Officers.
It was indeed a red check.
Have you come to admire my mural?
That brings it to a 17%. Well, then we're going to leave it alone for now. Okay, cool. Well, that went super great, I guess. Let me change back. Hang on. Not very good at changing my clothing, apparently. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, this has been a pleasure. What's over here? Wait, is this Cindy's house? This is Cindy's house. I didn't mean to go in here. I'm sorry, Cindy. I'm just wandering around your domicile, if it can really be counted as that. Okay. Okay. Great. Well. What have I accomplished today aside from making Kim angry? I think the answer to that is absolutely nothing. Is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can do? Let me see here. We can talk to Renee. I know I should probably just go and speak with Titus, but I feel like that's going to be an involved process, you know? Which I should have started early in the episode if I was going to. So let's have a talk with Renee. Hi. Hello, Renee. How are you?
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
He salutes you. So we got the composure check, which is not great because I'm not dressed for it. Renee, I found your guard booth. I mean, I'm just snooping in his business. I don't think he's going to appreciate this, but maybe this will help with my composure check? Question mark? Renee, I found the guard booth.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you.
I assumed as much, yes. He looks down. Continue.
I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He adds with a slight sigh. You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard. I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl? Got it, thanks. I didn't need to take it? I'm pretending I don't have it? That's a good point about the night of the murder, though. I didn't think about that. Let's see if he did see anything.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
He nods. Hold on. Why are you on leave? So who was working your shift that night? That's a great question. So why are you on leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
He says with dignity. Okay, I'll leave it alone. I suspect. Continue.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
He's sick in some fashion, and he's decided to just sort of see if he can overcome it. Continue.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
The outburst makes him clutch his chest. I really need to not get Renee too excited or he might just die. Great! Good to know. Continue.
It's his heart.
heart.
It is indeed his heart. Thank you, Endurance. So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
He looks suddenly very old and tired. And has heart problems, and refuses to see doctors about them. Continue.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Apparently, yes, that is correct, Kim.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
He nods before hesitantly continuing. I mean, you could say that, but someone did get murdered, like, right after you went on break. You remember that, yes? Continue.
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
His partner jumps in with that. Mostly decorative, so it doesn't matter if you're there or not, which is probably why he's so hesitant to talk about this and looks old and tired when he thinks about it. Mostly decorative?
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
I suspect that's not true. He tries to argue. Right, sure, continue.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabinier's pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off.
It's true.
A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
I see. So he pays René a pittance just to do something aside from stand around and be dignified and sad. Evrard gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together will love it. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die. There is no middle ground. René's but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keep folks motivated. René should rent out his services, invest the profit, get a few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. There's absolutely nothing wrong with tear collecting. It's my side thing too. Proudly hold out the tear bag. I don't have it equipped right now. I wonder if I can even do that if I don't have it equipped right now. So pro-union, anti-union, employ the elderly, or capitalism, or I'm a bum. You know what? I'm a bum.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that.
The Jolly Man says quickly.
I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing.
I'm sorry to say I've cleaned up basically all the terror around here, but it is an excellent side thing. Continue.
Yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
The carabiner utters angrily. Continue.
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
That is, yes, I suspect that's true. I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
His features stiffen, and he gets a cold look. I mean, I suppose we are ostensibly a branch of the occupying government that he does not like very much at all. So yes, I suppose he wouldn't really want to talk to us, would he? Continue.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Gaston speaks with a soft voice. But I am prying into business that is not my own. Got it, thanks.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
He brings it up again. Kind of telling himself that as much as anything, it seems. Does that change my composure check at all? Yes. Yes, it does. It puts me at a 42%. From there, I think I can do something with my clothing. All right, hang on. Composure, right? Composure. The shoes for sure. Is there anything else I've picked up? I don't know. No. I've got +1 for my shoes, and that is it. Okay. Got it. Well.
Vigilance officer.
58%.
What can this old carabinier do for you?
It's as good as it's gonna get, I'm guessing, so give it one more try. Nope.
Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with a civilian attire.
Interestingly, that hurt my morale to even try again. Continue.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer? We still have a game to finish.
Huh. Interesting. Well, thank you for your time. Well, that was a failure. Much like everything else that I do. Don't get mayonnaise on the measuring tape. Right, because he's got the sandwich. Wait, does he have another sandwich? Gaston, how are you doing today? Do you have anything new to say?
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
You mentioned Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Who is that? And why would I convince him to... Sandwich? It's his sandwich. He's very proud of his sandwich. You mentioned Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Tell me about her.
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
He gets a dreamy look in his eyes. Continue.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
There's an almost imperceptibly small tremble in his voice. So you both know her. What happened to her? Sounds like this is between you two. I have other matters to address. I should probably leave it alone. Renee is not going to be pleased with me, but I am nosy as heck, so... You both know her?
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4.
Which explains why the 2 of you hang out now that you both have exceedingly different political views. I'm glad that you continue to do that then, I suppose. His friendly face lights up, by the way. Continue.
She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
This isn't going to end well. He looks at the carabiner almost gently. So Renee went to war, and that ended the relationship with Jean-Marie. Continue.
And then you stole her from me.
Oh boy, he jerks forward, but then grabs his chest and stops. Easy, fellows, no need for this to get ugly. Do not intervene. Sorry, but I really wanted to ask some questions. There's no reason to let them go at it. Particularly with Renee's heart situation, I don't think. I did start it. Let me see if I can stop it. No need for this to get ugly.
Oh, officer. It already got ugly nearly 80 years ago when the 3 of us were just learning to walk and talk.
Gaston is unfazed by the outburst. This isn't going to be the end of their friendship, is it? That's not going to be the one thing that I do with this episode, is it? Continue.
You stole her from me.
Renee repeats, trying to steady his breathing and still clutching his chest. Continue.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you 2 had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
Would this be early childhood? Continue.
We were just boys then. This was different. You.
The tall veteran looks at you and nods. Yes?
No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
He turns to you. This is my chance to not push it any further. Just mentioning they both knew her almost started up an entire powder keg. But backing down is probably fine, but it's not very interesting. What happened to her, Gaston?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage. Peaceful.
He smiles faintly. 2 winters ago. So she made it a good long time anyway. Continue.
René and I were both by her bedside when she...
He pauses, searching for the right word.
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
He sharply fills the silence and adds, that. Continue.
Departed. Until the very hand she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
His partner finishes his sentence, then chuckles. Why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
The look in his eyes is happy and distant. Continue.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Nothing wrong with weighing your options first. That's a bit odd. Women, right? Come on now. No. I mean, it's a bit odd, but it sounds like sounds like that was the arrangement almost, yeah? If she had married one of you... Okay, no. I don't know what would happen if she had married Renee. I don't know how Gaston would have taken that. If she'd married Gaston, Renee would have been livid, I'm pretty confident. And that would have been the end of the friendship. Gaston, I don't know how he would have taken it, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the end of the friendship as well. So was she just trying to keep them together? Keep the three of them together as long as possible? I'm still going with that's a bit odd, though.
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
He says with a chuckle. Continue.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He says with heavy resentment. Pastries? I mean, come on now. Pastries are amazing. Continue.
He suddenly remembers you are still there.
I sure am.
Falls silent and turns away.
Right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
He says with a smile. I wanted to ask you about the Union again. I'm guessing you may have something else to say, given that, I talked to Everard?
Sure, officer.
Nope.
They are the good guys around here. What do you need?
He smiles. That's all. Thank you.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Kim, I'm impressed that Kim has not broken out laughing from that very sentence. He nods, smiling wide. Do we even want to? I don't know that I want to convince him to relinquish his sandwich. Admittedly, he has a sandwich every day, and I haven't eaten anything since I got here, but... What do I have for rhetoric clothing? Just let me look. Just let me gauge the situation. I have a grand total of +1 I can get from my polo shirt. And that's it. With +-1 for my jaw. I don't really see the necessity of making him part with his sandwich. I feel like there must be other food around here that a person could ostensibly buy if they were hungry. I just don't seem to be able to find it. Where am I on the lady driver thing? I'm up to talking to I have to talk to the Hardy Boys. That's the next thing I have to do, huh? Okay. All right. Well, tell you what. Then next time I'm going to talk to the Hardy Boys. And we're going to pursue the main quest in that regard. I don't know it's going to go well. I'll probably talk to Elizabeth first, but that's what we're going to do next time. We're going to attempt to get information out of them, because I think that's where my main quest is tied up right now, right? I think so. And I'm running critically low on Kim's patience, or at least that's the impression that I get. I have no idea if I'm right, as always. I didn't accomplish much today. Some days be like that, I guess. I didn't get a paintbrush. Nothing worked. But sometimes nothing works, and that's just this game. So thank you for watching. Next time we'll talk to Titus and his boys, and hopefully I won't die. See you next time.